And did you know that the government of Jamaica declared August 17 as Marcus Garvey Day in honor of the nation's first national hero? Our focus today on Did You Know? Jamaican political activist, publisher, journalist, entrepreneur and orator, black nationalist and Pan-Africanist, Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Did You Know made possible compliments your nation station, national broadcaster DBS Radio. Up next, we'll bring you the DBS Major Morning News.
DBS News. Fresh in the morning. Eye-opening and balanced. The DBS Morning News starts right now.
This morning's headlines: Dominica's geothermal energy project reaches a new stage as equipment for a geothermal plant arrived in Dominica this week. News from the regional scene this morning: the Grenada government to borrow more than 700 million EC dollars to finance the 2025 national budget. And news from the international scene: the U.S. Defense Secretary says Donald Trump's attempts to negotiate a peace deal are certainly not a betrayal of Ukrainian soldiers. This is the DBS Morning News. The details right after this.
The range of Kin juices are 100% natural with no added sugar. Kin offers a range of refreshing juices which are enriched with vitamin C and no added preservatives. Delight yourself in one of Kin's nectars or treat your little ones with a Kinita box drink at a refreshingly low price today. Kin, the juice in our lives. Sold at major supermarkets island-wide. Distributed by Fine Foods Inc.
Petro Caribe. Installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe, Petro Caribe, Petro Caribe, Petro Caribe, Petro Caribe, Petro Caribe.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
DBS News.
Welcome back to the DBS Major Morning News. My name is Curtis Matthew. First of all, let's remind you the news this morning is brought to listeners through the kind compliments of Fine Foods Inc., Petro Caribe, and HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited. Here we go with our lead story. Dominica's geothermal energy project has reached a new stage as equipment for a geothermal plant arrived in Dominica this week. Minister for Energy Dr. Vince Henderson says this is an exciting stage of the project.
Geothermal is progressing well. I am hoping to invite the media next week so that we can have a tour. We have great news as well. The ship from Israel has arrived with the equipment, the other set of equipment for the construction of the geothermal power plant. These are the big turbines, so it means that this is happening. We're getting to another milestone, and we are looking forward to the installation of those turbines in the coming months, and to ensure that this project will be completed as promised by December of this year. So this is great news. Well, the ship came from, it's OMAT. It's a ship bringing just the equipment for the geothermal project. And It's arrived and will be offloaded, and the equipment will be brought to the site soon after that, and we get in there.
And that's the Minister responsible for energy, Dr. Vince Henderson. Other news this morning, Dominica's new ambassador to the OECS and CARICOM is Dr. Gerard Jajac. He officially presented his letter of credence as Dominica's ambassador to the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, OECS, and CARICOM during a virtual ceremony Friday, the 7th of February. He reaffirmed Dominica's commitment to regional collaboration and sustainable development. Dr. Jajac highlighted key policy areas dominating Dominica's agenda, including climate change mitigation, renewable energy, food security, housing, education and healthcare, and reiterated Dominica's enthusiasm for collaborating with regional partners to address shared challenges. He advocated for increased investments in artificial intelligence to develop innovative solutions for the challenges faced by small states of the region. Dr. Jajac also underscored the need for CARICOM member states to reconfigure their intra-regional networks and encourage the creation of new partnerships with states and entities that share CARICOM's development goals. The new ambassador also called for increased investments in education, training programs, and entrepreneurship support, noting Dominica's ongoing initiatives to increase access to financing for small business development. Dr. Jajac is the holder of a PhD in political science. He previously served as the Chief Development Planner and Permanent Secretary in the Office of the Prime Minister, Ministry of National Security, Labor and Immigration, and Tourism and Urban Renewal. The government of Dominica has congratulated Dr. Jajac on his appointment and says it looks forward to his contributions as he represents the nation's interests at the regional level. He replaces Ambassador Felix Gregoire, who served the public service in Dominica in various capacities over several years. The news continues. The 20 Calypsonians for Saturday's semi-finals now know the order in which they will perform on stage. President of the Dominica Calypso Association, Davidson the Observer Victor, says he is upbeat ahead of the 2025 semi-finals at Windsor Park Stadium forecourt.
And we have a star lineup because this year is going to be one of the most competitive semi-finals. I can say that with confidence and with no reservation. So we have the lineup, all the Calypsonians deep, and we have the lineup. The lineup, Calypsonian number 1 will be the Webb. Bob will sing at number 2. Joy will perform at number 3. Abia comes in at number 4. Nashel will hit the stage at number 5. Shadow Flow will flow at number 6. Checker will check out everything at number 7. Sai will just be there, sighing everybody at number 8. Trendsetter will tell you about the PP in number 9. Soul Puss will close out the first round at number 10. Tasha P will start the second round at number 11. Danyan will tell you who's scared at number 12. Observer will tell you who foo at number 13. Caressa will tell you who to sing about at number 14. Shanice will tell you who are the experts in number 15 position. Daddy Chess will tell you what amount of money he needs at number 16. Lady S will tell you where she doesn't want to go out at number 17. And Bingo will tell you how development is all about at number 18. JD will tell you how the country going, whether backward, forward, or center at number 19. And Checo will tell you who needs prayer and who is going to get prayer at number 20 to close out the night. So make sure you support the Calypso Association, you support the Calypso Art Form, you support the Calypsonians. Flock to the stadium forecourt this Saturday. Yes, this Saturday.
And that's an exciting president of the Dominica Calypso Association, Davidson the Observer Victor. DBS Radio will be there live at the Windsor Park Stadium forecourt to bring you the semi-finals live from 8:30 p.m. on Saturday. Other news this morning, a special committee of parliament has met again for the final time to discuss 3 electoral reform bills which could be passed in parliament very soon. The special committee, chaired by Foreign Affairs Minister Dr. Vince Henderson, comprises of members of government and the opposition.
It was a meeting of a special committee of parliament. It's not provided for in the standing orders, but the leader of the parliament, who is the prime minister, he recommended that we form a committee, special committee of parliament, with 12 members from the government side and all the members from the opposition side, to meet to discuss the bills that were presented to Parliament in December on the electoral modernization process, so the elections bills as they're referred to. We met today, that's the second of meeting that we're having, and it's a final meeting for the special committee. We will then submit our reports to the leader of the House, and of course he will so determine how we treat with it. But we had a cordial exchange between the government and the opposition members. We were able to discuss the bills, some of the submissions made by the Dominica Bar Association, the Dominica Business Forum, the United Workers' Party, and other citizens who made submissions. So we had the opportunity to discuss these submissions, and we agreed on some matters more of an editorial nature, but we still remain at variance on some major points.
And that's the chairman of the Special Committee of Parliament, Foreign Affairs Minister Dr. Vince Henderson. Dr. Henderson says government's position is that Dominicans who are registered to vote must be given an opportunity to determine whether they should remain on the voters list.
Because we believe that every Dominican who is on the voters list and who wishes to exercise that right to remain on the list should come to Dominica, or if they're in Dominica, should go to the registering office and confirm so that they can remain on the voters list. We believe that citizenship gives them that right, and believe that is a right that if they choose to exercise it, that they should not be deprived of that right. So we continue to hold that view, but there are other areas that were raised that we feel will still remain in discussion until we actually return to Parliament for the second and third reading of the bills. So we are prepared to continue looking at some matters raised by the members of the opposition, and those things continue to be in discussion, because the whole intention was to have meaningful engagement with the opposition members.
And that's the minister responsible for foreign affairs and chairman of the Special Parliamentary Committee, Dr. Vince Henderson. Opposition Senator Delbert Paris says the discussion between the government side and the opposition was cordial, but the two sides do not agree on some matters.
The committee was set up to look at the regulations, but also to look at recommendations and discussions coming from political parties, concerned citizens and other groups within our society on the issue of electoral reform. This is our second meeting. We did have some discussions, and from our first meeting, we were asked to table some proposed or recommended legislation of what they would look like in areas that we thought the current legislation was silent. We did that. We had some lively discussions. We did not agree on everything. And some areas there were concessions from both sides where we agreed. And I think coming out of this, the report will see, what happened. Obviously, we don't agree on a number of key areas. One of them is the residency criteria. That is, as you know, is a big part of the debate. How Dominicans, citizens who no longer reside here, what impact they are having on our elections. I think that is a sore point for many. Obviously, the majority rules and will have its way, and the minority will have its say. But I think in all fairness and in earnest, the intention is to come up with the document or set of documents and regulations that will clean up our electoral system, remove whatever taints that exist, and ensure that the people get the representation that they want and the representation that deserve in a fair, transparent, ethical way. We made attempts to contribute to that, and we will continue to do that on behalf of the people of Dominica, both inside and outside of Dominica.
Opposition Senator Delbert Paris. The Grenada government says it will be seeking to borrow more than 700 million EC dollars to finance the 2025 national budget that will be presented to Parliament on March 7. Grenada's fiscal year runs from January 1 to December 31. The country's finance minister, Dennis Cornwall, who will be presenting the fiscal package 10 weeks into the financial year, told reporters that the government will be increasing its borrowing on the St. Kitts-based Eastern Caribbean Securities Exchange by auctioning more treasury bills. Following the passage of Hurricane Beryl on July 1 last year, Grenada's cabinet decided to suspend the fiscal rules of the Fiscal Resilience Act. Last year, Grenada's parliament approved a national budget of 1.548.1 million EC dollars. U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth says Donald Trump's attempts to negotiate a peace deal are certainly not a betrayal of Ukrainian soldiers, as he insists NATO needs to ramp up defense spending. British Defense Secretary John Healey says there will be no talks about Ukraine without Ukraine, and NATO's Mark Rutte says any peace deal agreed must ensure Russia won't try to annex more Ukrainian lands in the future. It is 15 minutes after 7 o'clock. That's a look at the DBS Morning News. Don't go away. The Sports Report comes up shortly.
Transform your meals with the superb quality that is found in Robert's products. Become a master baker with velvet cream shortening. Add a touch of love to your food with sunflower soft luxury spread. Perfect your bread with glow spread margarine. Add mellow cream, that tastemaker flavor to all your gravies, soups, and stews. Robert's, for the love of cooking. Distributed by Fine Foods, the biggest distributor of the biggest brands found in Dominica.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Covering the nation and beyond, DBS Sports Report.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth. Just Mobank me. Here's my ID.
Just Mobank me. It's that easy.
The faster, easier way to bank.
NBD makes it easy to bank online, anywhere, at any time with Mobanking. The faster, easier way to bank.
The faster, easier way.
So transfer funds on Mobanking.
The faster, easier way.
To pay your bills with Mobanking.
The faster, easier way.
So order checks on Mobanking.
The faster, easier
Pay employees
way.
on Mobanking.
The faster, easier way to bank.
Log on or sign up for Mobanking to bank online, anywhere, at any time. Visit nbdominica.com for more details and follow us on Facebook and YouTube.
So how should I pay you?
Just Mobank me. Here's my ID.
The faster, easier way to bank.
NBD.
Your partner, your bank.
And just before we head into the sports report, let's just look back at some information I gave you on the Grenada budget for 2025. Parliament, in fact, approved a national budget of $1,548.1 million. And that was the budget for Grenada last year. Let's give you these figures again for last year. Grenada's budget, $1,548.1 million, and that in fact a correction on the Grenada budget for last year. Now, let's head into the morning sports report. The Windward Island Volcanoes will be on the hunt for early wickets as they look to strengthen their position against the combined campuses and colleges team as the two teams head into day 2 of their Cricket West Indies regional 4-day match at Windsor Park this morning. The CCC won the toss and elected to bat first. They reached 137 for 5 at Storms on day 1. Damel Evelyn was not at 53 and Johan Jeremiah 40. Daryl Cyrus took 2 for 28, Kenneth Demba 2 for 46, and Kavem Hodge 1 for 2 as the spinners wrestled things back. After the CCC, there was 73 without loss at one stage. The Windward Island Volcano spinner Daryl Cyrus was the pick of the bowlers on Wednesday.
My mindset was basically just bowl tight firstly, get into a rhythm, and then after I try to execute my different variations and my deliveries.
Satisfied with the purchase that you were getting from the wicket?
Yeah, very satisfied. I mean, sometimes it's been past about too much, but I'm really grateful, for such a wicket, and I think I made a good use of it today.
At a point, you and your roommate were the two contenders for the last man of the day. Is that something that you guys use as motivation in the room to see who gets more wickets or something like that?
Yeah, basically just, both of us competing, both of us as spinners in the team, and I think it's healthy competition inside the team, so it's just a matter who come out best on the day.
All right, now 5 wickets down, the Volcanoes would say are the winners of day 1. What would you say are the plans like for day 2 as we start the day earlier tomorrow?
I think it's just a matter of the guys, staying patient. Obviously, the wickets is assisting the spinners, so it's just a matter of staying patient, and trying to see how quick we can get the 5 wickets.
All right, is it tomorrow a situation where you have to focus on, as you said, reducing the amount of spin that you get to get the batsman out, or there's a plan to counter the batsman with that?
Yeah, I think there's a plan. I obviously have a plan. I think that I'll use my variations, trying to spin it both ways. And I think that should work tomorrow.
All right, if you would have given the Volcanoes that score at the end of day 1, after losing toss, would Daryl Cyrus say that the Volcanoes are happy?
Yeah, for sure. The Volcanoes, I think we are ahead in this game so far.
And that's the Windward Island Volcanoes bowler Daryl Cyrus. The CCC captain Johan Jeremiah says his team did not make the most of the good start.
It was an okay day. As you say, we got a good start. However, I think we lapsed coming down to the latter part of the day. So I think it's just for the guys to rebuild and see if we can get some partnerships.
You had a good knock. You got 40 odd. Just talk to me about how it was like out there.
It was okay to start. The wicket, realized the wicket start turning from ball one. You can basically say the ball wasn't bouncing as I expected it to bounce. So, but nevertheless, it's a decent pitch still. It's just a lot of turn. I think you have a lot of protest for the spinners.
Evelyn also got a half century. How important was that knock?
Yeah, I think is a good knock. The job is not done as yet. He's not out on 53 overnight. So it's just for him to carry the team as deep as possible. I think he should aim to bat as long as possible. To help guide the other batsmen to come.
All right. Given the way that the wicket is playing, what sort of total would you feel comfortable setting?
To be honest, I would say 250. 250 should be a decent score here, because you see that the wicket is turning. You have a lot for the spinners, and we came with a lot of spinners for this game, so 250 should be good.
All right, and given the run of form of the CCC, you haven't picked up a win yet, 2 losses to start off the campaign. Overall, how impressed were you with the way the guys came out today?
As I said, is room for improvement. We didn't start how we got a good start. However, at the end of the day, I was going to take at least 3 less wickets. However, that's the game. So it's just for us to rebuild tomorrow and see if we can get the 250 par and get a batting point and move forward.
And that's the captain of the combined campuses and colleges, Johan Jeremiah. Play will resume at 9:30 this morning. DBS will bring the commentaries on its 89.5 FM frequency. Meantime, centuries for West Indies wicketkeeper batter Joshua De Silva and former West Indies batsman Jason Mohammed, as Trinidad batted well on the opening day of their match against the Leeward Islands in St. Kitts. Trinidad reached 326 for 3 at Storms on day 1. Mohammed was not out 104, his 3rd century of the competition. De Silva was not out 120. Rakim Cornwall has 2 for 75 for the Leeward Islands. In other action, it was a good day for Barbados in their match with Jamaica. Jamaica were bowled out for 231. Odin Smith got 50. Chaim Holder took 3 for 66. Barbados were 9 without loss at Storms on day 1. And Guyana, they were 87 for 4 at Storms in their rain-affected day-night match with the West Indies Academy. Other sports this morning, Dominica registered its first win in the Windward Island Women's Cricket Tournament as they beat defending champion St. Lucia at the Geneva playing field in Grand Bay on Wednesday. Pearl Etienne led the way with the bat and Abini Seja with the ball as Dominica won by 24 runs. The national team batted first and got 144 all out. Pearl Etienne scored 37, Amia Gilbert 15, and Ernisha Fontaine 17. Cian Felix took 4 for 22 for St. Lucia. The defending champions needing 145 recovered from being 2 for 4 and got a century stand between Ashlyn Edward and Chrissa Smith. Ashlyn Edward made 76 and Chrissa Smith 29, but no other batter managed a single run in the innings. St. Lucia were bowled out for 120. 9 batters failed to score. Abini Seja, she bagged 4 for 21, and Jeannie Valmore 3 for 20. Pearl Etienne 1 for 25, and Gaspar had 1 for 21. Dominica's coach Sam Kernon.
I thought we played a decent game of cricket. We batted for 44 overs, which is quite good. The batters were better organized. The thought process was a lot better. The shots selection was very, very good. As we know, like I said before, we were just waiting for Pearl to arrive, and she has never let us down when it comes to big game. The big game player comes alive. Yeah, I'm really elated. I'm really happy. I mean, at one stage I was getting a bit flustered when we had them 4 for 3. Then them girls put on 110 run partnership. We had a few mistakes in between that, but once we got rid of that player, the team rallied and brought home success. So I'm really happy for the girls. I'm really happy for the team. Looking forward to bigger and brighter things come Friday and Saturday.
And that's the national women's coach, Sam Kernan. In the other match, St. Vincent remained undefeated with a big 8-wicket win over Grenada. Grenada were bowled out for 53, batting first. Chanel Maki took 5 for 13. St. Vincent hit 56 for 2 in 11 overs. The tournament now shifts to the T20 format. Dominica will play Grenada on Friday at 2 o'clock, while St. Vincent will meet St. Lucia at 10 o'clock. Both games are at the Benjamin Park in Portsmouth. The 2025 Sports Division Secondary Schools Table Tennis Championships will be decided over the course of the next 2 days as that tournament gets underway from this morning at the Massac Indoor Facility. The participating schools will compete in the team events, which includes the under-14, under-16, and under-20 in both boys and girls division. There will also be competition in the open singles for boys and girls and the open mixed doubles event. A total of 40 boys and 37 girls will compete for the open singles title. Lee Meyer Ford of the Portsmouth Secondary School is the defending girls champion, while a new champion will be crowned in the boys division as last year's winner, Giovanni Robinson of the Dominica State College, is no longer part of the competition. The defending mixed doubles champion is the team of Tyrone Joseph and Shadia Seaman from the Dominica State College, while the Northeast Comprehensive are the defending under-14 and under-16 boys and girls champions, and the Dominica State College, the defending under-20 boys and girls champions. Competition gets underway from 10 o'clock this morning. Meantime, football action continues this afternoon in the Sports Division Secondary Schools 13 and under program. At Newtown, the Dominica Grammar School will come up against the Isaiah Thomas Secondary School at 2:30. And a spot in the final will be up for grabs when Castlebrook Secondary School and St. Mary's Academy clash at the DFA Stock Farm Training Center at 2:30 this afternoon. The winner will meet Portsmouth Secondary School in the finals. Finally, this morning, the national footballers Odell Laville, the Mario Challenger, Zion Emmanuel, Eustace Marshall, and Donan Gervier are among 30 All-Stars set to feature tonight in the DA Next Level Sports Corporate Futsal All-Star match tonight at the Massac Indoor Facility. The match forms part of activities for the closing ceremony of the league. 30 of the tournament's top players have been selected to play tonight and to be part of the training squad for the Nature Island futsal team. The competition was won by D-Tread Tires Inc. back in January. In total, 5 players from D-Treads they made the All-Star team. They are Odell Laville, Kimon John Baptiste, the Mario Challenger, Lester Langley, and Delaney Alexander. The other players selected are Mondell Anthony, Michael Badwill, Philip Matthew, and Rachel Roberts of Boy Barbershop, Mosiah Michel from Fort Young, Chad Phillip and Eustace Phillip from Jolly's Pharmacy, Denzel Loda of Miles and Smiles, Zion Emmanuel, Yannick George, Byron Dover from Mitsubishi Motors, Eustace Marshall of One Port, from Oyo Wholesales, Odell Francis, representing Petro Caribe, Devon St. Augustine, Donan Gervier, Kyle Del Sol, Shannon Stout, Erskine Williams, and Darren Wade. From the police, Daniel Ormond, and from Republic Bank, Montel James and Gerard Parker. Representing Springfield Trading is Raheem Laronde, and from Sticky Chill Sport, Shamir Dangleben. The activities will get underway from 7 o'clock. That too is a look at the DBS Morning News and Sports. Don't forget, 9:30 this morning, join DBS on the 89.5 FM frequency. We bring you cricket from the Windsor Park Stadium. The combined campuses and colleges against the Windward Island Volcanoes. Day 2 of that match join DBS on the 89.5 FM frequency on behalf of the news and sports departments and our link person, Mr. Hazari Williams. Curtis Matthew saying good morning.